Hey, what's happening everyone? Welcome back to another video, and these are the TaoTronics SoundLiberty 53s, and these things are pretty awesome. They are under $50, they sound pretty good, they stay in your ear, and they look very, very nice. But are they any good? Well, let's go and find out. So first of all, the case here can actually hold up to 36 hours worth of recharges. The earbuds themselves can hold up to 4 to 5 hours, for a total of 40 hours before you have to recharge the case itself, which is actually a pretty decent amount of time and kind of typical for the earbuds themselves. The case here is nice and compact, it's fairly simple, and the insides right here are actually covered with felt so they can protect the earbuds from getting scratched up by the case itself if they're bouncing around. And when they're charging, they actually have these blinking lights which look really cool when they're fading in and out. Now I do have one minor complaint about this case, and that would be how the door hinge is designed. Once you actually open it, it's very flimsy and it doesn't want to stay where you put it. Yes, it is magnetic, and it stays fairly secure. When you try to open it, it kind of flops around, so you have to hold it and take out the earbuds. Really, just a minor complaint. But it would be nice if they can fix it in a future revision. Now, the earbuds themselves are actually very comfortable. They look really great, the logo is very simple, and they're just really minimalistic. And thanks to the extended ends right here, it really helps them stay balanced and secure in your ear. At the same time, of course, it allows some room for the microphone to be seated, so it's a bit closer to your mouth, which should result in better audio quality than your typical truly wireless earbuds. Now, although they're pretty comfortable and they actually stay in your ear, which is really important with wireless earbuds, there's nothing worse than a pair that is constantly falling off. The earbud tips, I find they could be a bit improved, but it would be nice if TaoTronics can develop something very similar to these Sony ear tips. These are very comfortable and they feel pretty fantastic. They're very soft, very flexible. I did put them on these things and they did feel pretty nice, but unfortunately it actually extends the length of these things and you end up with an unbalanced earbud. So as you can see, both earbuds actually have some LED indicators right on top. They're not too bright and they fade in and fade out, so it's less jarring. And right under the LED is where you'll find the touch controls. Now these things do require a slight touch of force, but nonetheless it still beats having buttons on the earbuds. Since if these were buttons, you'd be pushing them into your ear every time you want to press them, and that can get really annoying. So, how is the audio quality? Well, they're actually pretty good. Bass is nice and clean, it's fairly neutral. Mids are pretty okay as well, but when it comes to the highs or the trebles, it is slightly on the hotter end. Now again, some people like that, some people like treble, but I believe most people like to have more of a V pattern or a neutral sound profile. And I'm one of those people. So I like neutral, and sometimes I do like a slight V-shaped pattern, which is more of a boomy sound. So with that, the optimal volume level would be around 70%. Anything higher, these things would be ear-piercing, and they would just simply be too loud, which again, some people like that. These can get very loud if you're into that. But again, the trebles I feel like will get in the way, and they might be just a bit too much. Now, if you're watching movies, these things will actually have no delay, which is nice. And yes, they do have a slight hiss in the background, but nothing too major. I don't like hiss, and I find these things to be pretty okay. Probably thanks to the fact that these things don't fully isolate sound around you, so you end up with a more of a natural sound going in and out. And the last thing to talk about here would probably be the microphones. So here's a quick microphone test.
So here's a microphone test for the SoundLiberty 53s from TaoTronics. And as you guys can hear, it sounds pretty okay. Now, as you can hear, there's some kind of roll-off going on when I start speaking, when I stop speaking. So things kind of fade in and fade out, which is pretty annoying. And if I speak very faintly, the audio should sound pretty bad. So if you want to transmit some clear audio, then you have to speak up a little louder. And as you can hear, it is picking up the echo of my room. And yeah, that's really about it. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. It should be good enough for an occasional phone call, but definitely probably not good enough for Discord. So there you go.
And with that said, guys, these things are under $50. They're 50 Canadian dollars, and that's probably like 35 US dollars or something. These things are pretty amazing for the price. They stay in your ear, they're pretty comfortable, the audio quality sounds pretty good, and they have no delay, and the battery life is also pretty great. And this would be definitely the first pair of truly wireless earbuds that I can recommend. Not only they're pretty awesome looking, but they have the function as well. And all for a pretty decent price. And other than that, that is all for this video, so thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.